I want to talk about the theory of being seen. Everybody deserves to be seen. Wouldn't you agree? We all deserve to be seen for who we are and what we represent, what we truly represent. Well, I'm going to take you down a journey. My journey started with foster care. My name was Baby Boy. I was labeled, I was left, I didn't have a home, and I was considered a risk. Well, from that point forward, I was adopted and brought into a family, and I was different. I knew I was different. I felt different, I was treated different, and it sat with me in a way that propelled me to find my purpose. But truth be told, I was a taker. I was a taker. I was striving to achieve as much as I could, do as much as I could to meet the expectations of people, of society, and I fell into the trap of driving against my purpose, which was giving is the highest form of living. We need to serve one another, and that's how we feel. So I took that catalyst of serving, and when I graduated high school, I joined the United States Marine Corps. I served for 6 years. And in that time, I received a degree in mathematics and computer science. My passion was really numbers, understanding how algorithms and math could tell stories about people or about things. And we've heard so much today about all the wonderful things we can do with math. But I learned something very important in the Marine Corps that was not math related. It was about people. My brothers and sisters in the Marine Corps, we had a saying, we all bleed red. That saying meant we're going to take care of each other, regardless of what you look like, regardless of your gender, regardless of your socioeconomic background. We're going to take care of each other. Because why? First of all, we need each other. And number two, we want to go home. That process started to build inside of me. And when I left the United States Marine Corps, I put on a suit and headed for Wall Street. Wall Street gave me an opportunity to achieve that success I was looking for. And that taking continued to go forward. I started off with Merrill Lynch. I moved into other technology firms that helped invent the world's first online trade, build algorithmic trading systems, understand where data resides, how to gain access to it, and make it actionable. Themes that I could see over and over, patterns, pattern recognition, artificial intelligence. So these things started to build inside of me with an idea that we could do things with data to understand people. And that's when it hit me. But before it hit me, the struggle that ensued was understanding that this country was not what I thought it was when I was serving in the United States Marine Corps. It was not free. When I went and embarked on buying my first home, I went through a process where I was misunderstood. I wasn't seen. I was invisible. They asked for information that didn't really tell my story. And I felt excluded. I wasn't offered that loan, and I knew I was good for it. I had the income, I had the assets, I had the information, and I really needed that loan. And it dawned on me that I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one. And I knew how to gain access to the information. I knew how to generate this information. I knew how to create a story of my financial DNA that could be represented to a lender that could tell my story. But I wasn't the only one struggling. In 1968, the Fair Housing Act, which was Chapter 8 of the Civil Rights Act, offered to stop discrimination in terms of getting a loan and housing. I'm here to tell you 50 years later, we haven't done it. There was a wealth gap in 1968, and that law was passed just days after Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. He stepped foot in these hallowed halls right here. And that is a very impressionable moment for me because I understood that not all people were treated equally, even with these laws intact. I understood that we needed to do more as a country. It didn't make sense that we have a wealth gap in this country that's expanding rather than contracting, with laws that would open up opportunities to the greatest asset building wealth you can do is home ownership. Excluding people from home ownership, to me, was something we could solve. We could solve how we could provide information about every individual that could open doors into that wealth building opportunity. We could do this with technology and solve a problem that persisted for over 50 years. In 2008, we had the financial crisis. In 2012, the Federal Crisis Inquiry Commission noted that the willful disregard of lenders to assess a borrower's ability to repay was the root cause of the entire crisis. In 2014, Dodd-Frank introduced a law that said residual income, cash flow, could be used in lieu of debt to income, which is how all underwriting and loans are done. In 2016, we launched a product with the partnership and collaboration of Fannie Mae that introduced the world's first digital verification towards homeownership. That ensued to propel over $5 trillion in loans for people without a credit score. So we have this dilemma. We have this issue in this country where we can't see the person beyond a 3-digit score. The paradox is we have the data and information to evaluate a consumer's financial DNA and tell a rich story holistically about how much they can afford, what their capacity is, what their cash flow is, what their borrowing power is. We filed a patent in 2007 and received that patent 10 years later to do just this. There is a solution to this problem. That solution is we have got to enable people to have access to that home ownership through various means, other means than just the traditional 3-digit score. Cash flow underwriting, residual income, opens up the ability to see capacity, ability, and borrowing power to achieve that dream. It's more than just buying a piece of property. It's where we raise our kids. It's the nucleus of the family. It represents a large percentage of the GDP in terms of purchasing furniture, utilities. It's where we build our memories. Everyone should be seen to have that right to own that home. And I'm here to tell you, we can do it together. We cannot do it alone. We need to provide this opportunity for everyone. We bleed red. It's not based on race, gender, socioeconomic. It's based on humanity. Thank you.